Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at analytical geometry. We went through the introduction to the section. Even now we're looking at the examples for exercise 1, which is on page 119, 192. The exercise on page 192 and the examples on page 191. Okay, so we see at this point that the circle, the equation of the circle of the center not at origin follows the formula x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, and the equation at the center of origin, or the center of the circle not at origin, where the center is considered as AB, because the center follows the formula x minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared equals r squared. If you're going to take any point along the circle, the circumference of the circle, you consider that to be your x and y, and the center of the circle we consider to be a and b, whilst your r is your radius of that circle. People, this is example 1, and this is on page 191. Right, so here we are told, determine the equation of the circle or circles with center as the origin and passing through the point -5 and -7. So if I just give you a rough sketch on what you actually should be seeing here, center of the circle is at the origin, so that's what it's going to look like, that's your y and your x, and it's going through -5 and -7. Okay, that's basically what we're looking at. And of course that's your radius r. So what did we say? What is the standard form of a circle? It's going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. And as I said now, that if the point is lying on the circumference of the circle, that is actually your x and y. I can actually work out r using distance formula if you want. It's going to be easier to use this formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute -5 and -7 into the circle. Remembering that's an x and a y. So -5 squared is plus -7 squared is equal to r squared. You all agree with that? So that's going to give you 25. Let's get the calculator with me. So it's going to be 25 plus 49. Okay, so 25 plus 49 is 74. So r squared is 74. Do I need to take the square root here? No. Why? Because I'm actually looking for r squared. If the question was determine the radius, then I would have taken the square root. And remember that the radius is never negative. Okay. So then this is going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to 0. Okay, so that's fairly simple, no? You all agree with that? Okay. Yes? Sorry? If you did? The square root, you won't get it wrong, but then because the question was to determine the equation of the circle, I would have to square it out again and get 74. But if you're going to write x squared plus y squared is equal to the square root of 74, then you're going to lose them all. Okay, but if you square root 74 here, and then you write 74 again, then no problem. Okay, we must nice people. We just want you to do well in your exam. No? People, the next question. Again, determine the equation. Now, what you notice about this question, the center is not at the origin. So what we should be seeing here is -3 and 5 is approximately there. This is approximation, and then that is your you got a radius of 7. So what formula do we use here? Use the formula x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. So do I have the center? Yes. Remember that this is going to be your a and b value. What value is this? Your r value. It's your radius. You all agree with that? What's my formula? X minus minus 3, which gives you x plus 3 squared, plus y minus 5 squared is equal to 7 squared. You all agree with that? So that's going to simply give me x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to 14. Is there any confusion there? Alright. This is on page 189. What's wrong with you guys? Okay. People, let's look at number 3. Again, we are asked to determine the equation of the circle with a diameter AB. So we have a circle, diameter AB. So what do we know about the diameter is going through the center of the circle. Not so. Where A is negative, let's just, negative 2 and negative 4, and then negative 2 and 10. So would this center of the circle be at the origin? We don't know, okay? What do we also know about this point here? This is going to be the midpoint of those lines. Why? Why is that the midpoint? Because that's the center. And this is your radii. Can you see that, people? So this has to be the midpoint or the center. Okay. And how do we calculate that? Use the formula x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. You will see that. So if this is x1, y1, this of course is x2, y2. You all okay with that? So let's go. X1 is going to be 2 plus negative 2 over 2, and y1, which is negative 4 plus 10 over 2. What is 2 minus 2? 0 over 2, 0. Negative 4 plus 10 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. So what's the coordinates of the center of the circle? 0 and 3. Which is also which value in terms of the formula? A and B. Listen now. Second break, no? Oh, wait. Okay, you all okay with that? So which one of the two equations would be evident here? X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, or x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared? The first one or the second one? Second one. Why? Center is not at the origin. Not so. So what's the formula? X minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. So let's go. We say now x minus, what's your a value? 0 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to r squared. So what must be still solved here? Your r. So I can do it one of two ways. I can use distance formula on AB and then divide it, or the distance of CB and then divide it, or you can just substitute the point that's lying on the circumference of this graph, which is A, or B I could have used, B being negative 2 and 10, and A being 2 and negative 4. Okay, any one of that provided I didn't make a mistake, would give me the correct answer. Remembering this is an x and a y. Why is it an x and a y? Because that's lying on the circumference of the circle. You guys understand? So let's do the substitution. What do we get? 2 minus 0 squared plus negative 4 minus 3 squared is equal to r squared. So that's going to give us 4 plus 49 is equal to r squared, which gives me an answer of 53. Do I need to take the square root? No. That is what we want. So therefore my equation would read x squared, or x minus 0 squared, which simplifies into x squared. You all agree with that? So it's x squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 53. Okay, you all agree with that? Is there any confusion there? Right. Let's carry on. And then the last one of this type here would be an x-intercept at 2 and 0 and a y-intercept at 0 and 6. So just give you an idea of what's happening here. An x-intercept at 2 and 0 and a y-intercept at 0 and 6. Okay? So this circle could look like that, or that circle can look like this. The second one isn't a good representation of what's happening here. Okay. We all agree with that. And the radius of this circle is going to be 2 root 5, or from that point 2 root 5. So what does that mean to say? There are two scenarios, or two possibilities where that can be the case. It can be two circles, one of two circles. You all agree with that? Of course the circle is going to be about the same, it should be the same size, okay? But of course I'm drawing it freehand, so you can't have it exactly the same size. Okay. But anyway, what would the center of the circle be? What would the center of the circle be? I'm going to use reference 1. So the center of the circle would have an A and a B. Your radius is 2 root 5. Okay. So you all agree that the center is not at the circumference, at the origin. So what formula do we use? X minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. Alright, so what do I have at this point? I have r squared. Not so. I have r. So this would read now x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to 2 root 5 squared. And 2 root 5 squared is the same as 4 squared times 4 times 5, which is 20. Okay. What else do we have? We have an x-intercept and we have a y-intercept. Hence, we have two unknowns here that we need to solve, an a and a b. So what does that mean? I'm going into simultaneous equations. Can you see that? So let's go with the first point. I'll mark this red. So we'll substitute 2 and 0. Remembering this is what is this? X and a 1. Why? So it's lying on the circumference of the circle. You see that before? So that's going to be 2 minus a squared plus 0 minus b squared is equal to 20. I'm going to make, when you simplify this here, it's going to be 2 minus a squared plus b squared is equal to 20. And this is the equation. Okay. Okay, I'm going to multiply it out. The reason for that is because of the simultaneous equations that's going to happen. Okay, so it's going to be 4 minus 4 minus 4 minus 4a plus a squared plus b squared is equal to 20. Okay, so that's equation 1. Now we're going to look at equation, for equation 2 I'm going to substitute that point in. Okay, so now we're going to substitute 0 and 6. Okay, so this being, is going back into this equation. Okay, so it's x which is 0 minus a squared plus y which is 6 minus b squared is equal to r squared, which is 20, which gives me a squared plus 36 minus 12b plus b squared is equal to 20. Now I could take the 36 over the equal sign if you like. Okay, but I don't like that, so I'm going to leave it like that. But if you're that kind of girl, you go ahead. Okay. People, so now we got two equations. Okay, now we remember in grade 10, we taught you a method of elimination method when we did simultaneous equations. You remember that? That is going to be the easier one of the two here, elimination method, than substitution. If it was substitution, then I would have kept this equation. I would have kept this equation. It would have been a bit easier. Okay, but anyway, so what I can do is one of two things. I can either say, you see 20 is equal to that and 20 is equal to this. So I can say that equation equal to this one. That's one way I could have done it, okay? Or I can say equation 1 minus equation 2. Okay, I think I'm shorting something. Alright, so let's go with it. It's going to be equation 1 minus equation 2. So it's going to be 4. Yes?
There's a mathematical equation or something. You say
2
2 minus 1.
minus 1 is the same. What are you asking?
I'm saying there's a mathematical equation you subtract.
So you say 2 minus 1
Equation 2 minus 1.
is the same? Okay. So in other words, it would be, well, I can just set the two equations equal to each other. I think that's going to be easier. So we say equation 1 equal to equation 2. As you can see, there's a 20 here and there's a 20 here. You all agree with that? So it's going to be 4 minus 4a plus a squared plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 36 minus 12b plus b squared. Alright, so what happens is the b squared cancels, the a squared cancel. Can you see that? So what do I have? So I got negative 4a equals negative 12b. Now 36 minus 4 is going to give you 32. So if I divide by negative 4, so a is equal to 3b minus 8. And this is equation 3. Okay. Are you all okay with that so far? So what we have now is in equation 3, equation 2 and equation 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to substitute this value here into equation 2. If I'm going to go with equation 1, there's no problem there. However, there's two a's here that I need to substitute it into. However, in equation 2, there's only one substitution. But it's not going to make any difference. If I substitute it into equation 1, it will just be bigger. Okay. So if you substitute equation 3 into equation 2, let's go with that. It is now going to read 3b minus 8 squared plus 36 minus 12b plus b squared is equal to 20. So I'm going to tidy this up a bit here. So it's going to be 9b squared. That's 24 times 2 is 48. B plus 64 plus 36 minus 12b plus b squared equals 2. So that's going to give you 10b squared. Minus 48 minus 12 is minus 60b. 36 plus 64 is 100, minus 20 is 80. Is that correct? Then one of four ways I can do this. I can either use your factors, then I would have divided by 10. I can then I could have used the trinomial. Sorry, that was a trinomial. Completing the square, quadratic formula, or I can use this calculator here. Okay, so it's going to be 10, negative 60, and 80. You give me an x value of 4, or sorry, in this case a b value of 4, or a b value of 2. Now why do we have two b values? Because we have two scenarios where that could be the case. Can you see the one is lower than the other? So hence this would have been the 2 and that one would have been the 4. Does it make sense, people? Alright. Then what do I need to do? I still need to solve the a value. So now we're going to substitute that into there. So therefore a is equal to 3 times 4 minus 8, which is 12 is 4. And then this one is equal to 3 times 2, which is 6 minus 8, which is negative 2. Just check if that's correct. 2 and negative 2 is correct. Okay. So which means to say the center of the circle, center 1, could be 4 and 4, which was your A and your B, or center 2 could be minus 2 and 2. Whenever I answer the question, what is the question? To determine the equation of the circle. So the equation of the circle follows the formula x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. And my r squared was given to me to be r squared was 20 that I worked out earlier on. Not so? I worked it out here. It was 20. So what is the formula for circle 1? It would be x minus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 20. Or for circle 2, it would be x plus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 20. And hence, our initial conjecture that there had to be 2 circles. Do you guys understand? Alright. So, I'll stop this video at this point, and I will start the next video immediately, because you guys should have done both. Okay, so with this explanation, you should be able to have done number 1. After exercise 1, it was number 1, and the whole of number 2 should have been able to answer with this information. Okay, so for those of you who did the homework out of exercise 1, was there any problems with number 1 and 2? Then I can add it to this part of the lesson. Number 1, yes. Now, anybody had a problem with number 1? No. Alright, number 2, yes? 2.5. Exercise 1, 2.5. Okay, so you are given the x-intercepts. So now you see this one is very similar to the one we just did now. Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to lead you into the first 2 equations. Okay. So we are given the x-intercepts. Well, you have 2 x-intercepts. Okay, this is a bit different. It's a bit easier. These 2 x-intercepts is given. So to show you what you should be seeing. Should be seeing something like this here. Move forward a bit over. Okay. So he has a radius of 5. So the center of this circle would lie here somewhere, because that is what the circle looks like. Can it be 2 circles? Of course not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first find the center of the circle. Of course, the circle is lopsided. The center of the circle is going to be x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay, but we say, hang on, this is actually on a straight line, parallel to the x-axis. So the y remains 0. Not so. However, x is going to be negative 4 plus 2 over 2, which gives you a c value of negative 1 and 0. You all agree with that? So, what equation do I use? The first one or the second one? Second equation, which is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. But what's your r squared? 5. 5 squared, which is 25. So what's the equation of the circle? X minus. Remember, this is the a and a b. X minus 1, which is x plus 1 squared, plus y minus 0 squared is equal to 5 squared. So the equation they're looking for is x plus 1 squared plus y squared is equal to 25. Okay? Understand? Alright, so I'll stop the video at this point and then start the next one.